So, welcome in, guys, to Intentional Recruiting, our executive training version. Like these are the things that really count when it comes down to this community. I know we've been a little bit up and down with our participation, but I've been getting all of your rave reviews of what you each have been doing and kicking butt, and I'm really excited about it. So this training is something to actually help you to continue your momentum. It does not matter what type of business. You can be in recruiting. You can say, I want to do HR. You can say, I want to sell, strawberries in the back of my truck. These tips and techniques that our special guest is going to teach you today that's surrounded by marketing initiatives. It's going to help your business. It's going to help you. It's going to help you be confident and all that good stuff. And I don't know about you, but I could use another level of confidence. Can anybody use another level of confidence? I was thinking about this to myself. I wanted to share it with you guys, how it's so important that we are confident in what we have, confident in what we're selling. You know, when I first started recruiting, business development was like the only thing I would say. I am not doing business development. I hate doing business development because it's just reaching out to people all day and they're just going to say no. But I had to switch my mindset, guys. Now, I still don't like business development. However, there's certain services that I'm really passionate about in my business. I know everybody's a recruiter. Everybody knows how to recruit, but there's certain things and techniques that you can do to make your business shine, to make what you offer different than the rest. And so, excuse me. And so I just finished eating some good spaghetti. And so that's the purpose of me really pushing this mental break real quick. I want to just do this really quick mental tip. We have to have confidence. We have to have confidence. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to make sure that we find something about our business that we're really passionate about. That way it does not become selling. It simply becomes marketing. Now, if I had to choose between sales and marketing, I would always choose marketing. Marketing is so persuasive. It's one of those things that you can just show someone what you have, show someone what you've done, and give a testimonial. You can share a content, share a thought process, share a picture, reshare results. All of that is inclusive of marketing. Not one time did I mention selling, right? Right. So with that being said, that's what you're going to learn tonight. Some techniques that have helped my business be sustained through all of these crises that keep happening to our economy, that keep happening to us in the US and abroad. So this technique, the many different tips and tools that you're going to receive today are all things that I've been able to do for my business so I can stay six-figure fit and not go any other way. Okay. All right. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the founder of T86 Marketing. He's also an amazing man of God, and he is someone who works with celebrities, socialites, agencies from the city of Atlanta to the city of DeKalb County. Or the county of DeKalb. He's worked with so many different entities simply by doing some of the marketing techniques he's going to show you today. So again, thank you guys for coming, and you're in for a treat. I'm going to yield my mic and give it to this fine man who's also my husband. Thank you guys so much. And Rashad Davis, I yield my mic to you. Go ahead.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Monique, for having me here. Thank you, IRM, for welcoming me and allowing me to come in and host this class today. I'm very passionate about marketing, all things marketing and sales, so I think it is very valuable for you guys to basically know how to create your imprint on social media, arrive and showcase your brand on social media. And it is super helpful and beneficial to you finding your ideal client, growing your business, and diversifying, even, building your personal brand, all those things. We know how much the focus has shifted over to social media and all the many benefits of it. So the tools and tips and strategies that you guys are about to learn tonight will help you if implemented. That's the first thing. Before I share a slide, before I share a tip, anything, of course, knowledge is nothing unless you implement it. All these strategies, tips, advice, all these things will have no value unless you implement it and have some discipline. So as Monique mentioned, being confident, these tips and tools will give you confidence. In addition to that, you want to have discipline, because if you're confident that something is going to work, you should have discipline to execute it no matter what happens. So just want to drop that nugget to you guys before I share my screen and start to dig into this presentation. So here we go. If you guys are with me, I know we have a couple people in. It looks like Raquel is still trying to connect audio, but if you are with me and ready to go, we have Kenton in the building. Whoever is over on Facebook, Monique, if you have some people commenting over there, please let me know. But if you are with me, drop a 1 in the chat so we can go ahead and get rolling on this thing. I just want to know that we are locked in. We are excited to learn these marketing strategies. And this is a focus on social media marketing, to be specific, a focus on social media. So if you are ready and locked in and ready to go, just drop a 1 in the chat and we're going to get this thing started. I'm going to do a lot of demo today and showing my screen. So I want to make sure that you guys are receiving the knowledge. And of course, we'll have the replay available as well. So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully, you guys are there. And Raquel, hopefully, she's able to get connected. So, all right, so just want to start with a little background. So myself, I've been passionate about social media for years and decades at this point. I've always been passionate about connecting with people through social media. The way social media makes the world smaller, it allows you to connect with individuals who may be executives of a billion-dollar business, celebrities. I've had international booking opportunities, speaking engagement for clients. All these types of things have come through social media, as well as, we know social media can be a dating network. It can be a connector for family. People have found family members on social. I've found family members on social media. It's just, I've always been mesmerized or what's the word? I've just been, I can't even think of the word, but I've just been engulfed by how powerful, social media was. So I've just dove into connecting with people since the days of Black Planet, since the days of Yahoo Messenger. As you can see here, these are my humble beginnings. MySpace, all those things are when I started my relationship with my journey in social media. And I've just from there just wanted to connect with as many people as possible and just learn the strategies of connecting with people, of branding, of relationship building, curating relationships on social media. So it's been a long journey. And this is an example of the first viral account that I've had. So initially my company started in 2010, and initially it was an entertainment blog. And from there in 2016, I transitioned to being a growth hacker. So my passion or my specialty was showing people how to grow their following, showing people how to generate engagement, generate leads through social media. So that is where my skills were basically harnessed and developed in growing audiences and connecting on social media. And initially it was in a social manner, but then it became professional, and I really started to work with startups. I really, as Monique was mentioning, working with school systems and commissioner offices, startups and small businesses, all these individuals who I had the privilege to work with and grow their accounts. And this, as I mentioned, is one of my first accounts that reached over 48,000. I built an email list of over 10,000, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today, of how to build that email list, and just really gain some momentum. And then from there, I just started to really use this as a case study and gain more clients, connect with more clients. And today I'm a community manager, which basically means like what you guys are in. I actually help out with Monique's community behind the scenes, just really coming up with further development, ideas, how we can make this community the best possible community that it can be, and new ideas on where it should go, where it can go. And that's basically what I do, community management for, like she mentioned, socialites, influencers, celebrities, all those individuals who have communities and they want to teach and instruct their community, their members, on different topics. So, and that's where it all started. So here are some quick reviews. So I've had clients that have gone from having 28 members to having 72 members or 100 plus members, generating 5,000 a month, or generating over 14K a month, small memberships, and growing to being larger memberships, and just having rave reviews of their experience inside the community. So many awesome things have been said about these communities, just from understanding the dynamic and the science behind social media, if you will. So those are things that we're going to be sharing today. So I want to give you guys just some context into what we're doing. So I want to start with my marketing philosophy. So the way that I look at social media is the same way I would look at being in person. So with recruiting being kind of a unique industry to be on social media, Monique has shown you guys a lot of different strategies of how to find your talent, even how to identify your potential client, and connecting with those individuals. But how you gain a presence, how you make an imprint on social media is kind of a unique topic for recruiters. So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting just to really paint this out for you guys and show you how to show up and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what we do. This is what we provide. This is why you should choose us as an agency. This is a funnel, even building an entire community, if you will, of individuals who can go through your pipeline and be introduced to who you are. Look forward to more content and what you have to say about recruiting. All of those things are a part of your marketing and branding online. And when it comes to my philosophy, I look at social media as you would in-person marketing, in-person networking. So if you were to go to events on a daily basis that revolve around recruiting, or your industry that you recruit for, and you're going there, you're shaking hands, you're giving business cards, you're making a first impression, you're even having speaking engagements, all these different things in in-person events. It's the same thing on social media, besides the fact that you can skip you could do it much faster because you don't have to go and travel to these different places. You don't have to spend the time of shaking those hands one by one. You can touch a lot more people in a much smaller time frame. That's the beauty of social media. So if you dedicate the same amount of time as you would to going in person to being on social media, you'll cover much more ground. And if you approach it in that manner, as though I want to target the very individuals who need my service, the very individuals who need to know about recruiting, who have a pain that I have the solution for, who have a challenge or an obstacle that I have an answer for. I want to target those individuals. I want to make the best first impression, and I want to give them what I call a digital handshake. This is what you would do here on social media. And I'm going to show you guys how to make that digital handshake at scale on a consistent basis. So another thing is you want to step out of your comfort zone. So for a lot of individuals, social media is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to be on live every day. It's uncomfortable to have to post consistently, reach out to individuals, start conversation. It's uncomfortable. But how many of us know outside of your comfort zone is where greatness happens? That's where greatness happens. So you want to step outside of that comfort zone and allow that greatness to happen. So you're building a job description. Now, of course, if you're an intentional recruiter, then you expect to build your business, build your agency. One day you're going to have recruiters that are in your business. One day you're going to have sources, all these individuals, social media marketers, people who are going to be doing these things for you on your behalf. So you want to understand what that job description entails. You want to go through these cycles. You want to go through these motions of doing the things that I'm going to teach you today, so you can show the next person, once you start to secure those clients and have those big high ticket clients, you'll be able to say, this is what I did, building it from the ground up. Because I'll tell you guys, I built my business from the ground up based off these strategies, on the back of these strategies. And now I have a 6-figure business. And this was built in these strategies. These are the strategies that I built this business. So if implemented, I guarantee, I'm a living witness that this can and will work for you. But there is consistency. There is a caveat. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. So those are my my philosophy. And of course, set realistic goals. So you want to set something sustainable for you that you can commit to and remain consistent to. So let's talk about the strategy to accomplish those goals. Let's talk about the strategy creation. So what we want to do when it comes to recruiting, of course, for business, you want to generate sales, you want to secure clients, you want to create awareness, you want to identify what it is that you want to accomplish from your social media strategy. So these are different things that you can do online through social media. You can build rapport, you can build awareness, you can build partnerships. I've done all these things and generated sales. So identifying your end result, what you want to accomplish in the end, and working your way backwards is the best strategy, because you'll know a timeline, you'll know everything that you need to happen step by step, and you'll know how you're going to accomplish this and how you're tracking towards accomplishing those goals. So establishing this at the onstart is very, very key. So with generating sales, there's a different path we'll take from building rapport. Now, of course, you can build rapport while generating sales. However, if building rapport is the main goal, you already have sales. You have sales that are offline. Maybe you've built your recruiting business off referrals. Maybe you've built it from going in person to events. However, you've built those things. So you have sales, but now you want to build yourself as a leader in this industry, as a subject matter expert. So there's a content strategy that ties into that on social media, and creating awareness. Again, all these things will take a different pathway, a different journey. So those are the things that you want to identify. Now, there's one word that I really want you to emphasize to you guys. And if you're able to drop it in the chat, please drop it in the chat. And this is research. I want you to write this in all caps. Research, research, research. Research may be how you are in IRM today. You came across Monique and you joined BAR and you joined IRM, but it was through research of trying to educate yourself on how to become an intentional recruiter. So research is going to be your best friend, because what it does is it provides information to you. So a lot of times we sit around and we rack our brains on trying to come up with the best idea for this and how am I going to execute that. But many times, thank you, Monique, for dropping that. Many times the work is already done for you. The work is already done. And how you find that out is through your research. You'll get such a wealth of information. But of course, we don't research to duplicate. We research to disrupt. We want to understand what is happening, what is being done in the industry, and we find the holes. We find out what's not being fulfilled. What pain are they not answering? Where are they dropping the ball? And I'm going to show you how to find that out. And we fill those holes. We bring something that is unique to the industry. What is unique about your recruiting firm? What is unique about your recruiting process? Monique has shown you guys a unique recruiting process that is effective. So really adding that to your proposition, your value proposition, is important. However, I'm going to show you now how to go ahead and research so you'll know what is out there and what is being done. So I'm going to share my screen. We're sharing. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to Instagram. And again, a lot of my focus is done on Instagram. Now, of course, Monique has a hard focus on LinkedIn, or you may have a hard focus on Facebook. But honestly, these strategies will transcend all social platforms. So you just have to really think, because honestly, this strategy I first implemented on Twitter, as I showed you my first viral account. I then went on to transition over to Instagram, and I had clients over here. So we're going to first take a look. And what you do is basically you start with your keywords. Understand what your keywords are. Let's see, recruiting. And if we have some keywords that you guys can share with me, absolutely share it with me so we can be specific. If you have your industry that you're a recruiter in, we can actually go through some of the individuals, some of the competitors. What I'm doing right now is competitive analysis. We can take a look at some of those individuals and for example. So if we have keywords, drop them. Monique, if they're dropping them in the Facebook group, let me know and we'll go ahead and take a look at those. So I know, Monique, you've been a technical recruiter, if my memory serves me correctly. Tech recruiting, we see that that's one with 6,000 hashtags. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So tech recruiting. Let's see what comes up with tech recruiting. Now, what we're looking for here is information, all the information that you can receive. So we're looking at everything you could think of. Engagement. We're looking at the type of content. We're looking at the type of profiles that are posting those things. We're looking at who is engaging with these posts. So it says we have 6,000, but it's only a few here. Let's take a look. I want to catch the one with the most engagement so we can get the most information from it. Software engineer, there we go. Okay, data engineer. Yeah, we'll take a look at a couple of those. But I want to show you guys what the actual recruiting, or what about freelance recruiting? Freelance recruiter. We think that'll be a good one. I want to show you guys what the recruiters are actually posting. Freelance recruiter. There we go. Got 1,000 posts on this one. Let's see what comes up here. All right, so we got some freelance recruiters here. Let's take a look at this one. So 11 talent. So if we look here, this is an older post. Let's see if she has some more current posts. When's the last time she's posted? 2 hours ago. With the stand of the women in Iran. This is an Iran global recruiting agent. There we go. So this is a recruiting agency, recruiting for purpose-led, high growth businesses. There you go. So she's recruiting for some businesses. And this is how easy we could start to find information. So and how this is useful, guys, we're going to look at, like I said, everything. What is she posting to stories? Is this some content ideas? Today we're talking about redefining success. Okay, so she's doing looks like some interviews, or maybe a repost from of an interview. So we see in her bio, what's useful here is she identifies exactly what she does. She's identifying who she recruits for. 7-Eleven, she's talking about obviously a podcast. She emphasizes that she's a global recruiter. So this is called optimizing your bio. So the things that you want to do here is you want to establish some authority, if there is some. Guess what? I have been a recruiter. I'm bar certified. I've been a recruiter for X amount of years, recruited for these types of industries. If you're a new recruiting agency, we're the newest, best recruiting agency. Just talk about what your unique proposition is, your unique value proposition. And you see that she has her name here. I would put here where she has global recruitment, I will put that there, because this is Googleable. This is searchable. When they're searching for a tech recruiter, when they're searching for whatever your industry is, you will have a higher chance of showing up just by what you have here in this description. So that's important. Also assessing what's in her bio. If there's a lead magnet, you see here, sign up for our newsletter. You see we have a way to contact her, and you see there's this thing that they're doing that connects to somewhere else. Basically, you see where it connected to her Spotify, connected to her website. This is an awesome tool that people are using to direct you to other places that they want to catch the lead magnet or sell things. So then, of course, you see her other social media networks. So now we're getting ideas of what to do with our bio. We don't have to wreck our brains of what to do with our bio. So there's that. You see she's utilizing highlights for her profile page. That's important as well. So now you start to see, if you wonder, what do I post every day? So you can go through here and get ideas of what recruiters are posting. So you see that it's not just about hire me as your recruiter. She's giving value. She's talking about a podcast. And the conversation here was redefining success, setting boundaries in your business, getting clear on what success means for you, writing out 3 to 4 boundaries, those types of things. So there's content, there's value. Here you go. 5 goal setting journal prompts. So the key, as Monique kind of mentioned lightly, to selling is to not sell. Not sell. People don't want to be sold to. But the underlying theme is you're always selling. We're not outwardly selling, but we're always selling, because I'm selling an idea. I'm selling my influence. I'm selling my authority. I'm influencing you to know that I am well versed on this topic. I can help you solve whatever pain it is that you have for your business. I am the best decision for you. And I'm telling you that by giving you this value, by showing personality. Guess what? If you're the type to not talk a whole lot, guess what? Share a quote, say what you think about the quote, or give a tip, give the value. Guess what? Somebody's going to connect with your personality. Whatever your personality type is, someone is going to connect with it. Someone's going to identify with it. So be yourself, show up and be your authentic self every time, and you will find your audience. You will find your tribe. Trust me. So this is the thing. This is what we want to do. This is how we get ideas. And of course, the other thing is you get ideas for hashtags. What hashtags should we have in our strategy? So we have recruiter life, executive recruiters. We have recruitment. You see women in business, women in leadership. These will give you ideas of what hashtags to look for. And now this is just one example. So what I would do when I find somebody, let's say she's good. This is a good example that you want to be able to receive inspiration from. What I do is I go here and I hit this badge, which is a highlight or a favorite, and you basically can save it to a collection. These are all the collections that I've created. So you see I have competition there, just different all type of descriptions and content ideas, different folders for clients, all these different things. You can hit that button, save it to a collection so you can revisit that as much as you like. You never have to even follow. So another thing, if we find this one is good, we want to go to the next one. 2 ways you can get more ideas of profiles. This is what I call, this can be an inspiration profile, or for some it may be competition. So if it's inspiration, you're getting ideas on what your page could look like, and you're getting other recruiting agencies from that individuals, because it's likely that a page that you look up to, they have a big following, and they have other people that are in the industry that they connect with that are influential just as they are. If it's a competition page, then you're likely going to find your ideal client there. So you can look at the people who are liking. Typically, you're going to find individuals who, of course, are interested in the value that they're giving, and they find value in it. So if they find value in that, they'll likely find value in your content as well. So the way that we find more pages for inspiration, we either go to see who they're following, or we can hit this down arrow, and it's going to give you more pages that are in recruiting. They're going to send you, give you more similar accounts. Now that's typically, here we go, dose coaching. When it's a bigger account, it works flawlessly. When it's a smaller account, we may have to, you see how it's saying women in tech. It's saying, is looking for those similar accounts. I think she may be in Toronto, so it's pulling us our Canada, so it's giving us some Canada accounts. So that is what I do when I'm looking for more accounts. So you just take it to the next account, or again, like I said, you take a look at who they're following, and you'll likely find someone there also who is in recruiting. Look at Resume Revive. Of course, that's connected to the industry. So she'll have some people who may be interested in your service. Let's see, marketing agency, career coach. There you go. That's around the industry as well. So we're finding those individuals. And what I would do is I will open that page up and take a look at what they have to offer. What are their strategies? And maybe and we talk about building relationships. Maybe the career coach is someone that you can maybe partner with, connect with, network with, because your services complement each other. Because you have an applicant or you have a candidate that you have some things that you like, but they need a little bit of career coaching. Now, Monique teaches you to be the career coach yourself, so absolutely be that. But if that's not your thing, then you can connect with and join forces with a potential career coach. So you would just open up that page and follow that individual. And you can, of course, like I said, see if they are connected to some individuals that could benefit. So let's look up one more hashtag and see what comes up. Welcome in, Bonetta. We're in the thick of this thing. You have 200,000 posts with this hashtag. So taking a look at these, for some reason it's not loading up. It stops at the first few because it's top posts. So yeah, so it's stopping at these. For some reason I can't go further into those posts, but Again, so what we have here is another assessment. You're able to assess hashtags, posting strategy. We see here they obviously have Recruiter Life. That's how they showed up. So you can look into seeing if they have some other sales. This may be another form of recruiting. So, but that's basically the strategy there on finding those individuals. So hopefully when you implement this strategy, of course, you will find all of these things that I'm sharing with you. You just have to dig. You have to dig. It doesn't take long. This is literally something that you can do while you're sitting down watching TV, while you're doing your usual pastime, just sacrificing some time of relaxing and really investing in your recruiting agency or your recruiting, your freelance career to basically identifying what you can do. You can identify potential clients this way, and that's what Monique was saying with those hashtags. So if we talking about software engineer, if we search that hashtag, you'll find some potential clients that you can network with. So if we search software engineer, and of course, you're going to have your type of individual who's your ideal client, and you can identify that just by browsing. So if we take a look at this, we take a look at this guy, and you can kind of start to assess, would he be ideal to connect with? And when I mentioned that digital handshake, what that looks like is engaging. So a digital handshake may be a follow. It may be going to his page and engaging with some of his content. So he's a programmer. How much sleep does programmers get? You can like and answer the question, and what that does is it gains that person's attention. It gains their attention. And what do you do if someone likes, follows, comments on one of your posts or engage with your profile and you don't know who they are? You want to see who they are. You want to see who this person is that's engaging. And then when you visit that page and you see that they're aligned with your field of business, your specialty, your focus, then you want to see what they're saying, see if that's a connection that can be built, a relationship that can be nurtured. And that's when the strategy of the DMs happen, and that's the next step. Once you connect with someone, as you see here, if I go to my notifications, so we have people who are following. We have people who are following because I have a person that's dedicated daily to giving digital handshakes on hours on end. They're giving digital handshakes. So naturally, we're getting people that are following that we don't even follow, because once you just start to engage with people, guess what? Now you're tweaking the algorithm. And now those individuals are visiting your page that you may engage with, even if they don't follow. They're visiting your page that you're engaging with, and it's causing for you to pop up in their discover page and their followers discover page, people who are engaging with them. So now we're playing the algorithm game. So what happens is, once you have those individuals who are following and you see, oh, I engaged with this person a couple of days ago, now you have a DM strategy in place. And what I've done, I always establish authority in DMs. So if they follow, you greet them, you let them know you're grateful for them connecting with you, and you like to say something about their page, say something about their profile. I see that you are X, Y, and Z, your co-founder. This is aligned with what we do. We've done X, Y, and Z for X, Y, and Z, these individuals. If you have a case study and you can tag those individuals where they can see, or you want to show them on a demo call. And another thing is, whenever you're talking to a lead, always try to get face-to-face as much as possible. If you can't meet up with them in person in this quarantine or COVID time that we're in, get on a Zoom call. My conversion rate skyrocketed once I started doing Zoom calls, and I never looked back. So then offer that Zoom call and offer them the date. Don't give them the freedom to say, and you leave it open-ended where you say, when are you available for a Zoom call? No, are you available on Friday at 11 a.m.? I would love to show you how my business can help out X, Y, and Z. Get as specific as possible. Not just help your business secure talent that will help you scale, take off the workload of you having to do these admin duties, those types of things. So get as specific as possible. I contact via email and DM, both. So many times it won't show you on desktop, but of course we know that many times their contact information is in their bio. So you'll see email, you'll see phone number. So that's the way that you can really build relationships. And I'll tell you, I've built my business from the ground up with this strategy. So if you dedicate the time to it and the consistency, this will grow. And it doesn't take 8 hours a day. You know, if you dedicate 30 minutes a day, 1 hour, you'll see results. It may not happen as fast, but it will happen. You'll start to make those connections. So that's it was supposed to be just a competitive analysis, but I gave you guys a little bit more. So let's jump back into the presentation. And as I was saying, the things that we're assessing in our analysis are the bio. What's the lead magnet? That's when we talk about building an email list. So I built my email list in different ways, creating a lead magnet. So if whatever you feel as though your audience needs, if they need to know how to hire for the holiday season, how to hire talent fast, how to hire talent intentionally, how to hire talent that will last, not a quick turnaround, you know, those different things. You create a quick ebook on your 3 tips. Doesn't have to be anything long. Create a 5-minute video, upload it to YouTube, put it on unlisted, and add this as a lead magnet. You can create a lead magnet out of anything, tools that you use, you know, become an affiliate for Bar and say 2 nuggets that you learned in Bar, and let that be a lead magnet. And if they sign up, you get paid. You know, it's just a lot of different things you can do. So basically you're creating a piece of content, you're putting it behind a gate, which means they have to give you some information in order to receive this. And then you put it up in your bio. And guess what? When you're having these conversations, you can pitch your lead magnet and say, I saw that you have X, Y, and Z. I think this ebook can really help you. It's a free ebook that I created for people like you to find out how to do X, Y, and Z. Hit this link to download it. They'll download it, you know, and you have their email. Now they're in your funnel. You can email them. Another way is when I engage in these conversations in DMs, guess what? We're having a conversation and I eventually say, well, this is too much information for me to share via DM. I'll shoot you an email. More than likely, you already have their email, or at least the email that they wanted to share with the public. So you'll confirm, this is the email that I have. Is this the best email to contact you? So now you have their email, you're building email lists. And over time, it's going to build up. That's how I built that 10,000 subscriber email list. I basically was reaching out to entertainers and offering them a free review of their music, a free review of whatever it is that they had, and I would give them some feedback on it, and they would be excited. They would love it. I'd say, email it over and we'll review it, and they would email it over, and it was coming in droves every day. So find something of value to offer to someone, and they're going to give you that information. Did I use a service like ConvertKit? I did not use ConvertKit, but I did use a service. I used, well, when I built the 10,000, I didn't even use a service. I was just using Gmail, but then I had to convert over to a service. That's when I converted over to MailChimp. So you definitely want to have something in place. What I suggest is MailChimp. I suggest Kajabi. That's what me and Monique live by. We live by Kajabi. So that's very valuable. I've used Klaviyo. I've used ConvertKit. But my favorite is Kajabi, because this will have to be another class, but you can create a funnel to where once they enter their email information, everything else is automatic. They'll get a series of emails over the next 10 or 14 days that will lead them in the direction you would like them to go. So they downloaded something free, but you have something that's low ticket for them to buy, maybe $50. And then after they buy that, you have something that's high ticket, $500 for them to buy. Or you want them to schedule a one-on-one call with you. So they downloaded that. You send them a couple emails, ask them what they think about that, what they downloaded. And then now it's time to book a one-on-one call so you can pitch them your services. So get that lead magnet. That's huge. Then there's pricing. What are people charging? You can find this out through your research. What landing pages, how are they designing their landing pages? Landing pages is what you use for your lead magnet. So in MailChimp or ConvertKit, you have to have a page where they can enter their name and email. So what is on that page is important because it determines if they're going to actually enter that information or just say this company just doesn't look like they have it together. I'm going to keep it moving, go to the next one. So you want to see what to put on your landing pages. Content, hashtag, and assessing their followers. So those are all things that you can get from that. Now, with content is going to be super, super important if you want to really build your presence on social media. I've shown you how you can grow your audience. When you're doing those digital handshakes, if you do 100 of those in a day, you're going to get a percentage of individuals who are going to follow you back and want to connect with your brand because they like what they see. So naturally, your following is going to start to grow. So that's how I grew our growth hack, if you will. Now be careful with that because you don't want to do engage with too many people in a day because those platforms will flag you for abuse. But you just want to lightly engage with individuals that seem interesting and make contact. I typically don't surpass about 50 interactions a day or 50 follows a day. That's something that I would typically stand by. So that's getting the people there. Now, once they arrive at your page, you have to do the work to make them stay, make them want to engage, make them look forward to what you're doing. And this is not to be overlooked. Of course, the followers is something that's attractive, but conversions is something that pays the bills. So in order to convert, you have to put a hard focus on your content. Now, we shared how to get ideas of content, and I'm going to share some other ways, but there has to be a mindset to say, I want to fulfill their needs. I am here and I have a heart for my followers. I have a heart for what their concerns are. When you have that mindset, then you'll go to the extent of creating that right content, fulfilling their needs, speaking to their pains in a way that's right, Bonetta, is where the money resides. Speaking in a way that they'll be interested and wanting to, they'll look forward to what it is that you have. So I'm going to show an example of one thing that I do to find, and we can do this for recruiting. If you guys know of a recruiting agency, or Monique, if you know where we get reviews on a freelance recruiter or a popular recruiter or a recruiting agency, we can look up those. But in general, Amazon, or just Googling the agency name with reviews allows you to take a look at what people are saying. And I mentioned earlier about finding the holes. That is what we do when we're looking for content, because what happens is when you go and take a look at the the negative comments, the negative reviews, it allows you to go back and address these things with your audience. Have you ever experienced purchasing something and what does it say here? I used an entire bottle of black in my buttercream and it was not able to achieve the color black at all. Have you ever spent money on a product and you weren't satisfied, or you didn't achieve the goal that you were looking to achieve? Have you ever spent X amount of dollars on a recruiting agency and were disappointed by their professionalism? You know, so asking these questions on social media is a great way to get people engaged, because people want to share their voice, share their opinions. They want to chime in and let their voice be heard. So when you are growing and establishing a well-presented brand, another piece is you want everything to look great. And I'm going to show you some tools of where you can build your content. You want it to look good. So you have a great logo, you have great looking content, and then you're asking my opinion. So you look like an official business and you're allowing me to chime in and let my voice be heard. And you have valuable content. You give value to me that I find highly helpful, very helpful. So they're going to want to engage. So when you have polls in your stories, when you have a survey on your page and you ask them to comment and share their insight, they're going to do it. And their answers will give you content. Their responses will give you content. And when you have your freebie, you can follow up with those individuals and say, thank you for chiming in on this. Here's a freebie that you will enjoy. You know, that I think will be helpful for you because you were giving your input on this topic. You know, so it ties all together. What we're doing is we're building community, guys. I'm a community manager. All these pieces will help you build community. So I want you to become very passionate or even obsessed about building your brand. Building your brand and building your presence, because guess what? It's going to turn into something. I found out these strategies when I was in a place of desperation. You know, I was in a place of desperation several years ago, almost 10 years ago, and I was looking to really build my business. Grassroots. I've always been a grassroots marketer. You know, I graduated in marketing back in 2008 before they were really teaching about social media strategies. So I learned grassroots and I brought that same mindset to social media. So again, we're looking through here, getting those negative reviews and utilizing that for our content strategy. So we can ask questions with that. We can create content with this and speak to these things. So again, the work is already being done for you. So that's important, guys, to get that. Have call to actions. You want to have a call to action on everything. Everything. It doesn't have to be hit the link in my bio. It doesn't have to be DM for details. It can be, have you comment below if you've ever experienced this. What are your thoughts on this? Share your feedback on this. Tag someone. There's so many call to actions that you can do. You want to include that. You want to include hashtags. Now, this is something that I've even done recently with Monique, is created a content strategy, a content calendar. So let's see. I'm going to pull up an example of a content calendar for you guys. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. So this is a free resource. A free resource. You can build this on Google Sheets. You can go build this right now. And all we did was color code this, added the dates, those things. And as you see, we just added topics. Okay, so on Mondays, we'll do some motivational on Mondays. On Thursdays, that's we're gonna ask a question, do those surveys. On Fridays, we're just gonna grab something that's going viral on the internet and make it make sense to our topic, you know, tied into our topic. So as you see here, we have color codes for events. So let's say you plan to have a webinar at the end so you can bring everyone who has engaged with you throughout the month to a live training where you can offer your service, where you can give your product, whatever it is, you have that at the end of the month. We color code that And guess what? There's a build up to it. We're going to post about it. If the event is on Thursday, we're going to post about it on Wednesday. We're going to do a poll on Monday. It's going to tie in. We're building that engagement throughout the month. So by the end of the month, even if you have 20 followers, at the end of the month, you spent an entire month talking about having touch points for those individuals, talking about this thing, tying it all together. So out of those 20, you may have 6 or 7 individuals who have engaged with you and you've messaged with to send them this link to register for this event, or send them this link to get on the wait list for what it is that you have rolling out. You guys see the strategy? So now you've built momentum, and guess what? Now you can build upon that momentum. You can tell them, hey, share this, share a review, leave a review, and I'll give you a discount on this. Share this broadcast, and I'll bundle in this other thing. And again, it's easy to create products. I told you how quick and easy you can create an ebook. People charge for those types of things. So you can bundle in these types of things and have something to offer. So just this quick is how you can build a content calendar. Now you can also use apps like HubSpot, apps like Hootsuite, that have calendars and allow you to post directly to the platform. I think Facebook Business Manager does it as well, or Meta Business Manager. So you can post directly to the platform. I just like to use this because it's collaborative. If you have someone that you're working with, they can collaborate with this. And then from there, we have the topics, but you can go in and actually type the caption, write out what the caption looks like, as we see here. So we have full captions here. That was October, so that's still being worked on. But we have full captions here. You see the topic is there and the caption is below. So really quickly, and what this does, it allows you to have some stress, relief of stress. Because guess what? I have the entire month planned out. I can focus on something else. I don't have to do all this thinking. I can take a Sunday and spend 2 hours and plan out my content for the entire month. So that's a content. Is this valuable to you guys? If it is, let me know that you are receiving some value from this. Drop a 1 in the chat. Say yes, like Monique is saying. I love it. I love it. And yes, so other things for content, challenges. These are things that you can do again. This is how you grow the following. You know, you can't say you don't have to be concerned about I don't have a following, because this is how people grow their following. Having giveaways, you can give away a $25, $50 gas card. Guess what? People are going to show up. You know how gas had gotten, you know, at some point. So people want giveaways. You can give away the ebook. You can give away a 30-minute consultation. Research what things to give away. Research that. So these are things that you can do to enhance that your content strategy. So and I mentioned viral content. So grabbing things that are highly engaged, things that are funny. A lot of times we're scrolling on social media. Guess what? You can save that content the way I showed you guys to save, repost it, remix it, and make it tied into your topic. It can be funny, somebody slapping somebody and it's funny, but you say, this is how I feel when my candidate receives an offer and then goes ghost. It feels like a slap in my face. You just made this tie into your topic and it's funny. So, and again, the last tip here is to use Reels or whatever the latest feature is, because the algorithm is going to be prioritized to that feature because they want to make it popular. So utilize Reels as much as you can. If you say, I don't do video, guess what? Remix other Reels or put different photos together into a video. And I'll show you this, the tools to use now for you to utilize that. Of course, there's Canva. Canva is literally plug and play. It's plug and play. You enter that information in there and you have great looking content. Learn how to use Canva. Post on my wall if you want a flyer. Canva has great flyers. Post on my wall has flyers as well. So that is, you literally can search your topic and the flyer is already done for you. Over is something that I used. I think that was a graphic design as well. I don't even use it anymore, but that's great for graphics. InShot is for video editing. Very user-friendly, guys. Super user-friendly. So just record your video, add it in there, and you can edit it right from your phone. Photoshop, of course, we're well aware of that if you want to get more high level. And I mentioned these email marketing platforms. I mentioned Kajabi, which is an all-in-one resource. Follow Meter is something that will allow you to see who you're following, who's not following back, who your most engaged people are, who your least engaged people are. It does a full assessment of an audit of your social media page and gives you those insights. And how that's useful is you know who to go and message and engage when it's time for you to roll something out, because you see who's the most engaged individuals. So that's important to know, helpful to know. And then if you say all of this is fine and dandy, but I just don't feel like it, I'd rather pay for somebody, these are some great platforms to utilize that. So there's Fiverr. I still use Fiverr for those positions that I don't have filled yet. Freelancer and onlinejobs.ph. So these are 3 things for you to absolutely look into and will be totally helpful for you. So we talked about those generating those leads, creating those folders. I showed you guys the examples there. Definitely want to implement that. We are wrapping up. We are to the last piece, which is Facebook ads. Now, there's boosting and there's Facebook ads. So this is a whole nother training that I've done as a lead magnet on Facebook ads. So we're just going to touch this lightly because it can get technical. Now with boosting is you're basically posting to your page and then you're putting a small budget or a larger budget behind it to boost it to more people. And basically what that does is it gives you more exposure, but it doesn't give you access to all the tools that Facebook has to offer. But it is helpful. It is useful. So if you want simplicity, with not all the tools and the technical aspect, but you really want to get out there, then you can use boosting. Now with Facebook ads, you're able to create dynamic audiences. You're able to duplicate those audiences, create similar audiences. There's a slew of things that you're able to do. You're able to really see your budget and how your budget is performing, increase that budget, all those things. There's a lot of things that you can do in Facebook ads. But I want to address a couple myths. It's not a get rich quick process. So don't believe that I used to believe before I had an understanding of it, if I run Facebook ads, it has to blow up. But there's a lot of strategy that has to go into it. You have to be effective. You have to be strategic when utilizing those Facebook ads. So don't believe that it's a get rich quick process. However, it levels the playing field with the big boys, because you can literally have a credit card that you're paying, $25, $50 a month minimum payment, and you spend $300 on Facebook ads, or maybe spend $500, maybe spend $1,000, $1,500 in a month, but you secure one client who's $3,000 or $4,000. So that ad paid for itself. So that's why it's useful. And the strategy that I'll leave you guys with, I always start with $10 a day, $5 or $10 a day, and scale it from there. See what's working. It gives you enough information to see who is reaching, how they're engaging, to say, okay, this is a well-performing ad. Let me increase the budget, and then allow it to pay for itself. So you can spend $1,000 a day, but if you're making $2,000-$3,000 a day, then it's paying for itself. But you have to get there by implementing certain parameters and strategy. So that's a completely different training, but I just wanted to add that additional nugget into this. We're at about time. We're about 10 minutes over, so we're going to stop here. And you guys let me know if you have any questions. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed. I see the ones in the chat, so it was valuable. Any questions about anything that I've covered, anything that I haven't covered that you may be wondering about? Lay it on me, and we're gonna wrap this thing up and get up out of here. All right.
Well, Well, I think that that was absolutely informative and super helpful. You dropped some amazing tools. You even helped me kind of just go back and remember what I had to do from the get go, or really what I hired y'all to do from the get go. Um, but I think that this was such a necessary training, and a necessary executive training for those that are really trying to take their business to the next level, even if it's not solely on recruiting. You may want to do something like just offer sourcing options. Some people may want to just offer sourcing options, and that's okay. You may want to offer candidate pipelining. You may want to offer creating a applicant tracking system for people's for companies talent acquisition infrastructure. Whatever your gift is within recruiting, you may want to offer that as a service. And these are still the right tools to help you to succeed in that. So I give you a round of applause. Thank you so very much. If we don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and close it out because we already gone over a couple of minutes past our time. We will be sending out the replays. Make sure you guys watch it because all of our replays are stored in the IRM portal within Kajabi. So make sure that you guys watch those replays. Okay, if there's no other questions, thank you, Vanetta, for your participation. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys who jumped on. And we'll see you at the next training. Adios.
Thank you guys. Have a great one.
Thank you, Rashad.